office for 19 years, and
All right.
before that being in, well, what's the matter with everybody?
Everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Can I get, we're going to call this meeting to order at 6:01. Can I get a roll call, please?
Earth to town clerk.
He's firing up his sound
Just
system.
firing up our mic here.
Our
Present.
council
used to be-
concert will begin.
Okay. Michael S. Cashman,
Present.
Thomas E. Wood,
I'm here.
Meg E. LaFave,
Here.
Barbara E. Hebert,
Present.
Charles A. Costick,
Here.
Town Clerk Sir, and James J. Coffey is absent.
Resolution 27, approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of January 9, 2020 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
LaFave, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 So does carry. Is there any public comment this evening? Seeing nothing for public comment, moving to resolution 28, the abstract, 2A-20.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims, number 2A of 2019-2020, 2670 to 2703 for $33,154.43, and number 2A-20, 34 through 132 for $1,498,496.46. Abstract 1A through 20A, 10 through 20 prepays for the amount of $1,418,286.46 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
LaFave, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 29, the additions to committee appointment list for 2020.
Whereas Resolution 19-214 was passed for the Town Council Committee appointments, and whereas councilors wish to add 2 more committees to the list, Town Clerk and Tax Receiver, each being its own committee, and whereas Councilors Hebert and Councilor Wood wish to serve on each committee now, therefore be it resolved that the Councilors Hebert and Wood be appointed to serve on and be added to a new revised list and make a report of conditions and recommendation to the Town Board. And
That's the next part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
LaFave, any discussion? Seeing none.
Does it,
You go ahead.
does it have to go to any particular, should a copy be gone to any?
I don't think it has to.
Okay.
I think we've had a discussion with the other folks. This is more of a posting.
Okay.
I will remind people that because you are an official committee of 2, the quorum will require posting when you do meet with those committees. So, other than that.
Which I disagree with, but okay.
Meg, did you have something?
Just thanks to you and Tom for kind of thinking
Oh.
outside the box of what we usually do and
Yeah.
bringing Kevin and Jackie into the loop of the regular committee structures.
Yeah. And I thank them. It's, again, information exchange.
So it's a real sacrifice having to, go represent this, I know.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 30, alternate planning board member reappointment, James Sherman.
whereas James Sherman is willing to continue serving as an alternate planning board member, and resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh does hereby appoint Mr. Sherman, a resident of the town of Plattsburgh, to the planning board as an alternate board member for a term to expire December 31st, 2022, and be it further resolved that Mr. Sherman take the oath of office within 30 days of his resolution, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the Planning and Community Development Department Head, Planning Chairperson, and certified copy also be given to Mr. Sherman.
Is there a motion? Costick, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, any discussion?
I just want to thank Mr. Sherman for continuing his interest to serve as an alternate planning board member. Appreciate that.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 So does
Aye.
carry. Resolution 31, reschedule the Fountain Brothers American Legion post-1619 public fireworks application permit. Before going to reading, I'm gonna put a little context on this to save Kevin. There's insufficient information for the rescheduling. We've had a conversation with them. So my recommendation is that we move right to a motion to table this and take it up for consideration next week when they have their insurance card complete, okay?
You want an individual vote, or?
I just need a motion to table. Is there a motion to table this particular resolution?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
LaFave, any discussion?
Is it gonna be in time for this date, or will it be, they'll have to change it?
Nope, that it will, they'll still have enough time to do it. They'll
Say
bring
we
it.
meet tonight.
Yeah, we'll meet on Thursday to be able to do it. They've got all their other paperwork ready, the contract is ready to go. We just want the signatures on the additional information, so, all right?
No, I mean, next.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion is tabled. Resolution 32, request to attend the annual Code Enforcement Education Conference.
Whereas it is in the best interest of the town code enforcement officers to remain current and informed concerning changes in regulation and participation in the annual conference will enable the codes officers to earn 24 credits to maintain their license. Therefore, it is resolved that Stephen Imhoff, Alan Reese, Drew Arthur, code enforcement officers be allowed to attend the Northern Adirondack Code Enforcement Officials Association's 25th Annual Educational Conference held from March 2nd through March 5th, 2020 in Lake Placid, New York, at the Crown Plaza Resort and Golf Club. And it is further resolved that $2,097 for conference fees, lodging, and meals be charged to the code zoning budget account A8010.4410, and it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and codes enforcement officers.
Is there a motion? Was that a
Was that a
motion?
motion?
No.
I'll make a motion for the purposes of Tom's discussion.
Make LaFave, is there a second?
Seconded, oh, sorry. Sorry.
Hebert, is there any discussion?
Yes, what's the total amount? It says 900, the 4-day conference, is that per person? Is that all three?
The fees to attend will be $900 for the 4 days, $1,122 for the 3 nights of lodging, and the meals of $75 annual dues, totaling $2,997.
So what they did was they added all three
Yes.
Mhm.
together and said
Yeah.
this is how much it's gonna be for each
Yep.
one.
And then the big part of this is to understand that they are required by New York State Division of Codes to have 24 credit hours to maintain their license, and this will provide them those 24 hours.
So we've done this in the past, almost every year, and
Yep.
it is the least expensive way for them to get the 24 credit hours.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And they gain great information, so.
They make good connections to the industry.
Mhm.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 So carries. Resolution 33, purchase of water reading meters.
Whereas Resolution 9-296 authorizes standardization of water reading meters to be Neptune water meters, and whereas Neptune Technology Group has submitted documentation stating Thai Sales Inc. is the authorized Level 1 certified distributor for Neptune and is the exclusive supplier of Neptune products in the upstate New York market area. And whereas Thai Sales Inc. as the authorized Level 1 certified distributor for Neptune and the exclusive supplier of Neptune products in the upstate New York market area has submitted price quotations for the year 2020, therefore be it resolved, the town board approve and the purchase as requested, and that the water and wastewater director is hereby authorized to make incremental purchases not to exceed the total amount of $120,000 in fiscal year 2020, and be it further resolved that payment be made payable from the 2020 water and wastewater budget account, number SW6.8340.4170, and that a copy of this resolution be given to the Water and Wastewater Department and Budget
Is
Office.
there a motion?
So moved.
Caustic, is there a second?
Second.
LaFave, any discussion?
I would just mention, Tom, I know that you had asked about the status of remetering. There's roughly 200 that aren't the RF Yep.
It's just 200 to go?
200 to go, 199, because mine was installed last week.
So we're almost nearing the end.
It's almost, yeah, we did, yeah, I remembered that you had asked, and I thought it was somewhere in the 75% range, but no, Scott said it was only 200,
Oh, we're
mainly in
really
the
good shape.
Kittyville Water District.
Yeah, now this is standardized, we did this quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
In standardizing these, that doesn't have to be re-upped or anything. Once we've made that resolution that we standardize them and that this is the kind we want to buy, or do we? Do we have to justify it in the future?
You mean to do a rotation again? or
Well,
to-
you know, it's 2009, right?
Right.
Well, I think he has it built into the process from what he explained to us, where, you know, a lot of these units now are gonna be at the 10-year point, so
Yeah.
they'll start rotating through
Right,
again.
but
so.
we did not have to name Neptune as the only distributor, or in the future. If it was done in 2009, it's good for as long as. We don't have to have bids or anything.
Well, right now, that's the, for lack of better terms, preferred vendor for this
Right.
particular project. So, if there, you know, if there's, the trajectory is to continue with that, then it will continue. But, you know, Neptune, for instance, you know, could no longer cease in 4 years, so they would have to make an adjustment, so. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 34, independent contractor for assessor's office data collector appraisal services through 2022.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh has identified a need for additional real property data collection services, and after requesting proposals from qualified contractors, the assessment department wishes to enter into an agreement with appraisal services to provide services as noted in the attached agreement for a fee not to exceed $28,000. Now, therefore be it resolved that the town of Plattsburgh, a municipal corporation organized and existing under and by virtue of the laws of the state of New York, with offices and principal place of business at 151 Banker Road, Plattsburgh, New York, party of the first part, and appraisal services, the contractor, now with offices at 9 Maple Ridge Drive, West Shazy, New York, 12992, party of the second part, wish to enter in an agreement for services as indicated, and is further resolved that appraisal services is an independent contractor and shall not be considered an employee or agent for the town, and as contractor is hereby prohibited from assigning, transferring, conveying, subletting, or otherwise disposing of this agreement or the right, title, or interest herein, and be it further resolved that after review by the town attorney, the supervisor is duly authorized and empowered to execute an agreement on behalf of the town of Plattsburgh, and that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and town assessor.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, any discussion?
It just, the Office of Real Property Services has a lot of qualifications that are somewhat strict when it comes to this kind of data collection process. So Brian has made sure that he had at least 12 vendors on that list. So the gentleman that is doing this actually meets those qualifications, as opposed to us, if we had to take it outsourced and try to train somebody. So there is a definite process behind this, and because of the requirements, so I think we're very fortunate to be able to keep his services.
Anything else? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so does carry. Resolution 35, agreement with Eagles Nest Veterinarian Services for dangerous dogs in the town of Plattsburgh.
Whereas on occasion it is necessary for the dog control officers to kennel dangerous dogs and provide other kennel services as appropriate and approved by the supervisor. Whereas Eagles Nest Veterinary Hospital has submitted a renewal agreement to the town for service from March 24th, 2020 to March 24th, 2021, with a retainer of $500 as stated in the agreement. Therefore, be it resolved that after the town attorney's review, the supervisor be authorized to sign an agreement between Eagles Nest Veterinary Services and the town of Plattsburgh to meet the regulations from agriculture and markets concerning dangerous dogs and any rules and regulation promulgated pursuant therefore in relation to the seizure, holding, care, redemption, and disposition of seized dogs in the town of Plattsburgh, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the dog control officer, town clerk, and Eagles Nest Veterinary 34 Skyway Plaza Suite 2, Plattsburgh, New York,
Is there-
12901.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Lefebvre, any conversation or discussion for that matter?
Just a recommendation, if it's accepted, that March 24th, 2020 to March 23rd, 2021.
Sure.
Maybe precise about a year, maybe it's a leap year, who knew?
Okay, anything further? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. All right, seeing no need, to go into an executive session, is there a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
I might be able to make one. I'll move that.
I'll second.
Tom,
I'll move that.
Lefebvre, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Drive safe,
Yes.
everybody tonight and tomorrow, please.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. My pleasure. Our girl is effing honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.